we reposted the crystal ball pick came in that he was going to flip. And you had, so one thing about the Notre Dame crowd, like they star whores. Like, and what I mean by that is like, if you got a bunch of stars, they automatically, he's going to be the best, right? Mm-hmm. And a lot of these guys don't really be like that. And then if you don't got stars, they don't really look at you like that, right? And they undervalue, they don't know about New Jersey football being that private school league, playing the toughest competition in the country. So, you know, somebody comments over there, 3-star, he was better off staying at Boston College. And it's like, bruh, a lot of them 4 or 5 stars that you got, they playing against Sister Mary's School of the Blind and decrepit.
You saw what Deion said about those. So their stats
look like that. They don't even twinkle, right?
They don't twinkle at all. They don't even twinkle.
Like, I seen it when Ordric was there. There was guys that came in that they were celebrating, and they wasn't built for the grind of college. And what I mean by that is, when you come out of schools where everybody's there and they were the best from their towns or their city or whatever, and you got to compete to get your position, when you get to college, you already know what that's like to see somebody else that's real nice, because everybody be nice. But then you start saying, can they outwork me? Are they used to this? Do they used to getting up 5 in the morning for workouts? Are they going to be there at 5:15? Because I'm going to be there at 4:15. You need to know that's bulletin board material in every locker room.
And if you feel any way, please charge it to my brain and not my heart.
Of course, everyone wants that Notre Dame job. Everyone wants to be on NBC in prime time every week of guaranteed games.
Even when you make decisions going into your high school or transferring from your high school, those are big decisions that will affect the rest of your life.
This episode is brought to you by Keep It A Buck Clothing. Stay true to yourself and what you wear. Keep it a buck.
Down a P. She let me squeeze and she leave cause she keep a P. Private suite, privacy, don't push and P. Purple paint, pink, push a P. Push a P, I'm push a P. Push a P, I'm push a P. Yeah. Push a P, I'm push a P. Push a P, I'm push a P. Yeah. I pop a P, I'm paranoid. I can't sleep with pockets deep. Got rest on me, why they watching me? I'm push a P. I'm push a P, push a P, I'm push a P.
Shout out to Paul for the bucket last week. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Zone6ix and Shabazz Bulldogs. Even though your very own Nas fed me some stuff to make me bet against y'all.
I did that.
You know what I'm saying? He told me there was some real killers over there on Westwood.
Straight killers.
And I'm still looking for them.
They stay home.
R.I.P. to the killers from Westwood. They died that night, respectfully.
Your shooter finna get shot. Pause. All right, I can't do that. All right, but yo, we gonna get into the Publix. You know what I'm saying? Nas, what you got for us, man? I know this is all Shabazz week, right?
I'm gonna double team you with my bro right here. So it's Big Bazzy though.
Okay.
So y'all want to save him for last?
I'm gonna start with shout out to West Orange.
All right, so you go ahead and do that.
Handle business against Piscataway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, West Orange came out, made a statement. Everyone, I think even NJ.com? No, not NJ.com. Gridiron, my guys over at Gridiron made that the game of the week. Like, you know, they do the matchup side by side. And usually when they choose their game of the week, it's like, okay, we think it's going to be the most competitive. Not the case at all. Farrod Green, 38 carries, 182 yards. I'm looking like, sheesh.
Boy, Rod, that's Brick City for life.
Terrell got in the end zone as well. Syracuse commit, you know, had 31 yards in the touchdown. But, you know, they came ready to play home field advantage, and they're going to continue to have that home field advantage versus East Orange coming up Friday night at 7 p.m.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that.
I mean, let's get to it. No,
because we got to get to Union City.
Okay, all right. I know
Union City, Thrash, Bridgewater. right? What was that score, bro?
61-10.
Union City rolling, bro.
Hey, yo. My boy, get right. Get right. And Will Valdez, respectfully, humbly.
Brought the city back.
They brought it back.
Having a great year.
I got to see these dudes next year.
So I know Just has a little insight on that. Like, how have they fared against Passaic County Tech in the past?
I believe last 2 seasons, 0-4. The only thing that changes this year is that Union City is the top seed. I don't think PCTI has never had to play on the roof in those last 4 matchups. 2 of them was at, Zone6ix Classic at neutral sites, and then PCTI was the higher seed over the last 2 years, so they hosted that sectional championship at PCTI later in the season. But, Rooftop, I know it's going to be packed out on Friday night. I'll be there myself. It's going to be a really, really good game. Mark Boyd.
That's what I'm going to ask you.
So I say let's go back to the Bridgewater game for Mark Boyd.
Mark Boyd, 16 carries, 257 yards, 5 touchdowns. He's been their ace all year. And, when you go see a Union City game, there's no surprises. They're going to run the ball.
Yeah, they don't even put a passing stat up for the quarterback. It's so crazy.
That's crazy. God bless him, though.
It's one of those things. Either, they're going to run it, but can you stop it? And, they're going to stay true to themselves. It's got them a long way this season. They on a 9-game winning streak. So, looking forward to seeing them, continuously run the ball. But Mark Boyd has had one hell of a season for sure.
Shout out also to Jazier Arelis. He had 3 carries for 93 yards, 1 touchdown. He also had 11 tackles and 1 forced fumble.
That's what he do, though.
Listen, shout out to you, Jaja.
They've been BTA, everybody, like
Definitely.
50, 60,
God bless
50,
America.
60,
No, God bless America messing with that Union City. But big shout out to you though. You be picking that work. I'm gonna tell you why. You said East Orange was gonna be big over Ridgewood.
Just said that?
Yes. Big shark life. Big shark life to the shark life.
That defense is real over there at East Orange for sure. And actually, my pops, he actually went to that game, so I had some insight of that. I'm just gonna leave it at this. Saeed Cole, quarterback. He's been East Orange. He's their dog. He had 7 for 17 in the air, 81 yards in the passing touchdown. But with his legs, 19 carries, 142 yards rushing and a touchdown.
So, hey, yo, shout out to the coach though.
Coach Jakes.
He'd be like, yo, who pumped him up? He'd be like, we are EO Jags. Yo, the rawest thing you ever want to see when you deal with them. Watch East Orange Jags. Shout out to Coach who hyped them up before and after the game. Is crazy. So shout out to those guys holding down for the county, respectfully. Shabazz versus Westwood.
Let's save that. No. Let's save that to.
Okay.
Let's close off the Publix.
We got to go down to the south with the Publix.
Okay.
We go to the south.
So we had Winslow, number 5 Winslow against Manalapan. Winslow, a lot like Union City.
Power.
Yeah, a lot like Union City. Keep 49-8. Nakir Hilton had three carries for 126 yards, 3 receptions for 126 yards and 3 touchdowns. Jalen Parker, the quarterback there, big numbers all year, sophomore, 8 of 14, 253 yards and 5 touchdowns. Then we went on to Millville. Millville beat Marlboro 53-0. Quarterback Robert O'Connor was 12 of 17 for 286 yards and 3 TDs. Shout out to Lourdes Air Brooks on making that All-American game. Want to keep giving that up when we can. He went out and he put up some big numbers as well. But I want to move on because we're trying to get through these Publix. I'm sorry. I don't want to get y'all to short, but it's all about Shabazz.
And I forgot about the PCTI Elizabeth game because that was actually a close one. I didn't forget that one.
34-35 or something like that, right?
Let me see. I got 35-26. 35-26. It was a dogfight. I was, at the Shabazz game, but I was keeping track of that game.
Definitely was there.
As well. Gabriel Miles, 8 for 14, 110 yards, 9 carries, 60 yards. Ram Mendoza, he plays D tackle and running back, 18 carries, 165 yards, 3 touchdowns. Kadir Young, 5 carries, 65 yards and a touchdown. And Joel Perez, continues to always make that big catch when they need it, and he always continues to make a big number one interception as well. So he has 6 interceptions on a year. But PCTI, I wanted to see how they were going to do on the road because it's been a long time since they've been on the road in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Over 2 years.
They've been in Passaic County Tech, right?
That's what happens when you're the 1 seed. So
what I'm hearing when I hear these rushing stats, they run the ball pretty good too. Union City's going to have to show some good run defense as well.
Nah, the only thing about Union City is that they play prep, and I watched how they played prep. And if you look at St. Peter's Prep looked like a high-powered Group 5 public school.
Good point.
Correct.
And Mendoza, the D tackle, PCTI after mid-season, they called the mid-season itis. They lost to Ramapo during the year. They lost to Irvington, and he wasn't. It wasn't. And Mendoza wasn't getting any carries until after that. Right? So who's that?
No, if PCTI would have been Irvington, then all these other schools would be coming to the PCTI again.
Actually, no. Union City. Union City would have been. I think the highest seed that PCTI could have got to was 2.
Okay.
So they were the 3. They were the 3 seed in the playoffs. But after 2 losses, that's when I believe Mendoza started to get carries, and it started. They started rolling even more with their running game.
And shout out to PCTI, man. I wish. Now, real talk. The quarterback, Gabe. Mm-hmm. Big shout out to you. I love you like a fat kid love cake.
The next game up, we had number 8 Toms River. They pulled out a nail biter. They only beat Kingsway by 7 points. They won 21-14. Toms River has been the champ the last 2 years in that league, right? So we looking at a possible matchup at some point between either PCTI and Union City versus Toms River. You think?
Can't count West Orange out.
No,
can't count
East Orange.
Can't count East Orange
out. They got a hell of a bracket.
Shark life.
Yo, remember, I'm still learning the public school groups and all of that. So
speaking of West Orange, we had a conversation about our situation. DM, love you. Fat kid love cake.
Oh, I had coaches call me to clear that up, but go ahead.
We had to. I'm like, yo, it felt like you was trying to throw like the shit under the water with you want to get your kid type thing. He was like, nah, you know what he was trying to do? What he was really doing was just he was getting shit started. Like, he just been being a shit starter at the end of the day. So, all love to you, baby girl. He just wants you to know that. It's just what we do. Like,
okay. Well, dude, when you do it, you got to have your facts straight. So, to you, if you want to start some shit, make sure your facts are straight.
Can't mess with a mama and her bed, baby. With that color.
You gotta know my history.
Yeah, well, you gotta know. All you gotta do is watch the show. I said they was dumpster diving. If she had her joint, she would have stuck me, bro. When you talk about her baby, y'all said, yo, Joe's is dumpster diving. Leave this woman alone, man.
Please,
Leave this woman alone.
Right. So, moving right along. Where were you at?
So Toms River beat Kingsway 21-14. TJ Valerio was 9 of 12 for 129 and 2 touchdowns. He also ran the ball 24 times for 107 yards. Cameron Thomas had 4 receptions for 80 yards and 2 TDs. Just moving right through it, Holy Spirit. Love to Donovan Catholic. It's been a real journey for one of our own, Michael Thomas. I just want to say, man, it was a beautiful thing watching you for the last 4 years on the varsity. Ruckus is getting a great one. Shout out to you and your pops, man. Y'all pride yourself on staying loyal, and that's the thing. I respect. But like I told Pops, at the end of the day,
God bless America.
Yeah. But it's over now for Donovan Catholic. Holy Spirit is moving on. They won 38-0. Next is Camden, who beat Willenboro 41-6. Yeah, Willenboro ain't been right since Lamar. Oh, that you messing around in that? Oh,
stay focused.
Okay, okay. See, it's getting even better. This is getting better. Okay, so for Camden, Mackay Brunton was 9 of 13 for 174 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kristen Braxton had 12 carries for 71 yards and 1 touchdown. Somerville. Somerville continues to be about that business. They beat Ocean City.
DeVille.
Yeah,
The
30 to 14.
Shout out to my boy Haas Hampton. No, real talk.
Inside.
My boy Haas Hampton, like, yo, why he
Let me
can't
do
get
it.
his kids on here? He beat me down about getting his kid on the buck. I'm like, oh, we
can
Bucky,
go ahead.
we would love your kids here. Just keep winning, win your chip, and then we'll bring you up.
You know, Somerville, man, got a little warning for y'all. Y'all got a tough one coming up with Delsey. Delsey is 4-6, but don't let the record fool you. They had their old coach that came back mid-season, and they've been rocking since he came back.
Undefeated.
I don't know quite what their record's been since he's been there, but it's from what everybody is saying, it's not the same team.
So wing T?
Yeah, so they're running the wing T.
That's dangerous.
You gotta have that
They're
that
running
eye
to
discipline.
perfection. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You gotta stay right. That's why I go past the mother.
Go through the wrong gap, you in a trap door. It's over.
Wing T in the veer. So they pulling out all the prehistoric offenses. You know what I'm saying? So Somerville,
They don't care about going to college at all.
nah, they not about that. It's about winning.
They want to win. It's about winning games.
Right now.
It's about winning
winning high
games.
school games. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, man, you know, Somerville, y'all been flying high. Beware, because this Delsey thing ain't what it looked like it's going to be. You know, kind of like, you know, I picked Shabazz. I'm thinking Westwood I picked Westwood. They the number one
Should
seed.
never did that.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll get to there.
We're
All
gonna
right.
get there.
Are we
You know what I'm
ready?
saying? Yeah, no, so yeah, also though.
Let's get there.
You want to get this? Go ahead.
Why not? Hey,
Floor
yo.
is yours.
Hey, yo, I just want y'all to know this why I'm dressed like this today. I got my Zone 6 Bulldog gear on my shades on, because this is the type of year we on. This is the type of year we on.
This
You know what it is.
It's an exclusive hoodie. I want everybody to know because we never do team
And
merch.
you gotta wear it with the shades.
And you can get
You
this.
gotta wear it with the shades. That's how
And
they
you can
coming.
get this.
Shout out,
Says Diggy
shout out
Night.
to Shabazz High School marching band
Marching band.
because this hoodie
They
that
dropped
we
it
made.
off.
This hoodie collaboration was made for the marching band for sure. So I never do any team merch, but when the marching band came to our DePaul versus St. Peter's prep game, because you know Catholic schools usually don't have a band, so they pulled up to the Classic. So shout out to Shabazz High School.
That's love too. Love for them. For
Yeah, so
extending
they actually
themselves like that,
they pulled up to the Classic. I had to get them.
It's
I had to
wild
get them
love because
right.
you brought me this to the game while I was in action.
Oh no, absolutely.
Shout out to the band because they shut down Westwood when they got their traffic. One thing about Shabazz marching band is you can't leave. You can't leave the game.
Now they keep
I heard.
playing.
I got a text
They keep playing all the way to the last person's on the bus.
They're gonna back up traffic until it's over.
I heard that. I got a text
God
message
bless
saying
you.
like
They
the band is going around.
They're playing. Soon as the last person steps off the bus going to the game, they start. Like you can hear them. We at the Classic. I hear them all the way down the street coming into the stadium. And then once the exit happens,
Right.
they're playing all the way to the last person.
When
gets off.
y'all win it all, make sure the band gets some rings too.
They do. They
Oh,
get
okay.
jackets, everything.
Okay,
But they get
good.
their own band girl shit. So, but the dope thing about them is this: is like if you have a band at the school we going to, oh God bless America.
Oh, band.
I wish I was
If
in
they
New
hear
York.
that, if they hear you playing when they get off the bus,
Yo, you gotta come bring them to New York. Spring Valley Band be rocking. Yeah.
it's not a band.
We got to set that Zone6ix
so-
Classic of like the.
You want to
know,
have a battle?
We did that.
Battle
We
of
did
the
that.
Bands.
We did that in Atlanta. We actually had like
This is real down south with the
we
bands.
did a battle of the bands at
That's what my
halftime
band did down
for Atlanta,
south.
but it's just different down there. Like,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, cause
because honestly, you know how we
was a high
talk,
school band?
you know how we talk about football in the north and football
Hold
in
on,
the
time out.
south.
it could have been
Check it out.
Morehouse band for
Well,
him.
let me tell y'all something.
Nah, I wasn't
Now,
Morehouse.
this is some real stuff I'm about to tell you. You know, coming from up north, right? Especially New York. When I grew up, if you played in the band, you played in the band because you couldn't play football. Like, it was like, oh, that's dead, right?
Right.
When I went down south, right, I did, shout out to OG Quan. This is where I met Quan, Virginia State, when I went down there before I transferred to Albany. So I get down there, and it's like cool dudes, like real, as we would call
Wild
ends.
dudes.
Yeah, playing in the band. And I'm like, yo, the band
That's
niggas
like
is like
Bazzi.
soft,
That's
excuse
like
me.
the Bazzi.
They like, no, down south, the band is the show.
right.
Like, no, the football's like, yeah, but
At halftime, everyone
it's about that. Like,
at
that's a real
halftime,
thing.
everyone comes into the stadium from tailgate or wherever to watch the band. That's how it was when I was at Hampton. That's just the culture. And actually, shout out to Coach Bell because when we had the Classic down in Atlanta. Southwest DCAB is the school that he coaches at.
Right.
People don't know the backstory of Drumline. The extras that were in the band in the movie Drumline was Southwest DCAB high school band that was playing. So you see Nick Cannon and all the main people, but the rest of the band, you thinking like, you know, our college people. No, those are high school kids that were playing in. So they playing Earth, Wind, and Fire during the set during halftime when we down there for the classic.
That's real high school kids.
I was sitting there like this. Like that was my favorite highlight of the whole classic was watching the bands. Honestly, you know, when we was down there. So the band life. Man. Hey man, we probably can do something up north next year.
Shout out to my man Rashid.
Rashid, the band director.
Yo, he's a hood hero in my hood, bro.
He went to Norfolk State, another HBCU. That's where he played at.
So I gotta do this because I'm pissed off.
Rashid Sheffield.
I'm pissed off at this guy, right? So he starts talking about the band director's a legend in his hood, and it give me flashbacks. When you came in here, you gassed us with Westwood. You told, let me get the floor. Right. You told me they got Brian Toll over there. They got somebody like Brian Toll. Yeah, you thought they did. Okay. So I'm in my kitchen. I'm like, word, Nas? I gotta pick Westwood. They number one for a reason. They got a Brian Toll, Power 5 kid. So I'm like, then he picked Shabazz. So I'm like, yo, how you, after telling me all that,
he had to.
So he start talking about his block. I read his block because he can't go back there. No, you hustled me, bro. You hustled me. So when they start talking about the band guy again and your block, I'm like, yeah, you got to take the shades off when you talking because I need to see your soul from here on out. Because you got shit with you, bro.
Shout out to the guy from he always make memes of me of Weekway, right? I was walking out to something. He was like, yeah, don't worry about it. You got to play against the rest. I'm playing against Westwood. I'm like, bro, I don't even want to hear this right now. Like, but I'm listening to him because I'm like, they already played Westwood. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, is he really trying to help me? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't be knowing who's after me.
Yeah, you paranoid.
See what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, bro, I don't need to hear this right now. So speaking of Westwood, I saw bro at the game. He said, yo, I got your hoodie, which is I'm wearing right now. I said, all right. I'm wearing this on the show.
You got to get in your mode.
Let me put my shades, let me put my muggers back on. Because I'm, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Godly.
I'm back. Okay. All right, so Big Bazzy, I'm really not impressed. I'm tell you why I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed because the coaching staff, we still look sloppy offensively. Now, Nas Oliver looks like a college football coach. The way he designed and schemed defensively for that team, he really know what he's doing, right? Offensively, we can't score points, and we got weapons. That's why I don't believe them.
You don't think that had nothing to do with the number one team in the bracket? Or you about to tell us the truth, what you really thought about Toll? The kid.
No, Toll, little baby, baby. I use two babies.
I'm going to ask you to do two things. Two things for the rest of my life. Don't tell me about another new Jabril until he already Jabril. And don't compare just anybody to Brian Toll, bro. Don't do that, bro.
He's never, no disrespect to.
Yeah, we ain't got to say, you know.
All right, little bro, you real. You just ain't Brian Toll. And I apologize. I put that on your back.
Yeah, and that's why they was all over him like a bad suit.
Yeah,
they couldn't run backwards.
You did that. You said, oh, they're going to have Zayda McDonald head on the mantelpiece. Or Murray's head's going to be on the mantelpiece. And I said,
you gave us the insight.
It was coming from safety spot. Like, hey, yo, it was coming from here. Like,
he a double agent.
They like, that's him?
That was hard.
Oh, man.
Let me tell you, I'm watching it, and I see Omari, he got on the red cleats. So that's how I know it's him. So I'm like, they go, Omari, you just see the cleats go, vroom. I was like, whoa.
I get to the sideline, so, yo, big shout out. This is what I'm about to say. I don't want to get off task, but I wanted to keep it a buck. Shout out to all the Brick City Lions people, and I don't want to look biased. It was guys like Makai Rosenall, Issa Salam, Nate Bailey.
DJ Samuels commented.
He said, I never rooted for public school.
Never this hard in my life.
Yeah.
He said what?
He said, I never rooted for a public school this hard in my life.
And he went for the Bazzy?
Yeah, shout out DJ Samuels.
Oh, DJ Samuels. I love you. You already know. Nah.
Bergen Catholic legend.
'Cause of you.
Real work. Put in real work. out of Bergen
He's
Catholic.
doing his thing
And we
up there
talked
in
about him
Maryland
every
the
And
last
he's
couple
Silk
of
City.
weeks.
because he got busy. That's why we talked about DJ,
Right.
because he got
DJ.
busy.
Yeah.
Shout out to DJ. But Bazzi came through, and I don't want to go on too long on it. But Speedy is Speedy, right? Shout out to Romello Tables. Romello Tables, you that dude. You're that guy. We got to believe in Romello. What happens is, it's the Davion Porters. Davion is a killer, like, regardless, right? So Davion, one of those guys that the hood believe in. So if Davion comes out like, yo, Mello ain't, I said, chill, bruh. Mello won't come through. This is what Mello do.
Shout out Ian Adrian. Sorry to cut you off.
Ian Adrian got the party
He got
started. The party started.
Ian Adrian.
Ian Adrian, shout out to you, my guy. Number 3. Got the party started. ASAP. Touchdown, And then we go to Davion Porter. Yo, Davion Porter's going to be in this month somewhere, another. He got to get the extra points. He got to do something. Shout out to the Bazzi. We on to the next round, and we can move from that.
So y'all got Bernards. Do you play them? Where do you play them?
You want to talk about that after you talk about the privates when everybody else talk about when they
Oh,
play?
excuse me.
I definitely want to see you guys get Davion Porter more involved, and like I think passing game wasn't going really on Friday night. Then I know second half it became very windy, so I know both teams.
OC still new though.
But the defense, I don't think the defense was outstanding. I don't think Westwood completed a pass in the first half of the game. Zay McDonald 10 tackles on the game. Shamar Myers 10 tackles on the game.
Yo, they made the Stephen Klein kid tapped out, bro. And when I say tapped out, what I mean by that is you can see when somebody knows that it's just not going to happen today. He wasn't as ferocious. You get
That's
what I'm
not
saying?
Oliver though.
Yeah,
he dialed that shit. He dialed that up. But he said something about Shamar Myers, and I'm glad you.
He's out there hurt playing, and he's getting through it. He's on the sideline, but he wasn't missing a snap. He was going out. He even had a few carries as well.
As a running back, he took that. I'm like, yo, you got to feed him. But it was the Speedy show that night.
20 for 130. 20 carries, 130 yards for Speedy.
Jalen Klein running
Omari
fine.
Gaines with an interception as well.
Yeah, tackles. I don't like to brag, but nailing it to the cross, you going to die out there tonight.
Yeah.
So that's what was going on. And Raekwon Clark, which is a junior safety there, number 8. He'd kill it too, dog.
Nah, the love was real, especially like live in time on social media. Like you see Jaden Bonsu in the comments, you see Stretch over at Bosco, Kai Sanders, JoJo was in the comments as well. So like
everybody rocking with the Bazzi.
They was rocking.
That's their public school though. That's their public school.
And when I'm on live, I went live, and I usually don't go live. I probably go live myself like maybe like 4 times a year.
I can't ever go live.
It was the last.
I'll get arrested if I go live.
It was the last drive. I seen some of the media guys that I know, so I'm like, all right, so I don't have to be, regular camera right now. So if I miss it, they gonna, hold me down for sure. The love was real for Shabazz, for sure. And, that last drive, that was big to close that out because Westwood was the 1 seed. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, shout out to
Number 1
Shabazz.
seed. And like somebody told me too, I'm going to end this off this. They said, shout out to Don Massey, he said, and Jay. He says, yo, y'all could make history. It's never been a team from Newark that ever went back to back. Not only back to back, when we won our championship, we went from D2, we went from Group 2 to Group 1 to win it. Mm-hmm. Y'all the first to ever go from Group 1 to Group 2 to win it. And watch next year, they're going to make us Group 3 or Group 4. And I'm going to still win it. See, y'all don't realize what's happening here. I want y'all to know this shit for real. Big Body is a winner. No. Oh, God.
I'm leaving the house alone today.
I want you to know.
Go
I always win. Mm-hmm. I've been winning my whole life with this. When it comes to this, yo, mother, you see this ring?
And then not this one, the other one.
My whole life, if you check my history, I've been winning my whole life. I played for East Orange Oilers, 1. Falcons, 1. Essex Catholic, 1. I'm doing this right here. Ever since I've been coaching youth football, Scorps, Brick City, I've been winning since day one. They said, yo, come to high school and do it. I walked to high school last year. I'm about to go for a back-to-backer.
Whoa. You still got to beat Weequay.
On Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
He ain't scared no
before
more.
you talk big, let's let that happen because you got to go get your butt back over there, bro.
They love you at Weequay.
You got to check.
Weequay relevant.
Yo, they going to be relevant until y'all cut the lights out.
Yo, somebody said that to me
Until
today.
y'all cut the lights
I
out,
went to
you know what I'm
school for
saying?
my college classes at Essex County. The lady says, as I'm checking out, she says, yo, I'm so happy what you're doing at Shabazz, Coach Nas. It's great. I said, you know we played for the state championship on Friday. She said, but yeah, they was going to jump me on Thanksgiving. She said, can we win Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
They don't care about none of that.
I said, what's more important? The same thing I asked again. The state title we got to win on Thanksgiving. She said, Coach, Thanksgiving. I said, then guess what? So my man, shout out to Zaire, he was the quarterback there when Shabazz won the championship. He DM'd me. He said, Coach, happy birthday, I love you. All these good texts. He said, I know y'all gonna play for the state championship, but what we gonna do about Thanksgiving? I said, we plan to win. He said, thank you. With the two hands like this.
You in your section, though, that throws the schedule off, too, because I know the state with the Thanksgiving, like that.
It's right after that.
Yeah, it's like, it's
So my
weird.
OC said, if I go up, check what he said, if I go up 2 or 3
I think they
tutties-
put up 60, right?
No,
Weequay put up 60.
Yeah,
Ain't
there's
no
no
way
way that
you gonna do that to
you
Weequay.
can't sit
I don't care what nobody
sit
says.
your guys out. Like it's a tough situation to be a head
No.
coach. Like you don't want to get hurt because like technically on paper it don't mean nothing, but for these kids' legacy, nobody for the hood, no one's gonna talk about who you, Bernards.
They don't know none of that.
They
They
got
don't know baby Joey.
whatever annual Soul Bowl it is, people gonna remember because you can, like they say about Thanksgiving games, you can do nothing all year, but if you show out in the Thanksgiving game,
It's crazy.
You
In
can
front
be
of
a hood.
6,000.
You can be a hood legend
So I'm like,
forever.
yo, guess what they doing? They all rested. They healed. We still banged up, right? We got banged out to play these guys. They don't care.
It's gonna be a good
Shout out
game.
to Weequay. But guess what though?
PSEG work fine over there right now.
We know what it is to be in the Soul Bowl now, though.
Weequay was in the building on Friday too. They
always gonna be in the
They was there Friday night.
Respectfully, I mean, it wasn't there. I would think that I hope that in the hood we all support each other.
Yeah, stay together
But they're not
for
there
the
to see us win. I could bet you that. I don't care if they went to Shabazz. They don't care about us winning there. They like, yo, I want to see the Bazzy lose so they could clap us on Thanksgiving. But God bless America. Because now we got some stuff. Because even with my son, my son was committed to Penn State. They at the end of that game, they told me, is he going to Penn Station? I was like, oh, wow.
That's a good
So
one.
guess what he's doing? We held that in our heart. And I let one secret loose. But I ain't going to let the other 2 loose. I see you on Thanksgiving. But go ahead back to what you were saying.
All right, well,
Shit, that's it.
wrapping up. Want to go over to the publics? I mean, sorry, the private.
So when we get into this private, Josh, you good over your notes over there?
good. I'm great.
So before we get into these privates, do y'all want to wait till now for me to address some of the DMs, or do we wait to wrap it up?
Go ahead,
It's
do
about
it now.
private?
You do it.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we
go
open
ahead.
our DM up, right, and we allow people to come in there, and we'll keep you anonymous with the things you say in there, right? And they'll call us out, question certain things we say, and all of that. So we had a gentleman jump in, and this gentleman seems to think that we over glorify Nate Bailey. Yeah, he thinks we over glorify Nate Bailey, and there was another guy who I'm gonna call this gentleman's twin brother, right? That was on Twitter on the burner account. I'm just gonna call him your twin brother. Basically saying that we favor Nate Bailey. Nate Bailey's not even really the best player on his team, or regard, So I'll read what his statement was, and then I'll back up why we say and do what we do, right?
That's a hater.
Yeah. So the gentleman, that's why I'm gonna leave him I'm gonna leave him anonymous because it's a safe space. It's a safe space. But he goes, if Lamar Best was still playing, would they say he being Nate is still the best pound for pound? Because until he got hurt, meaning Lamar got hurt, he was the offense. And number 2, meaning your son, Mekhi Rosenau, has more receiving yards and TDs, and Nate was shut down versus us being Bergen. All other receivers had big plays but him. Great kid, great athlete, but Joe's got better athletes on team than Nate to us at BC. But just my thoughts. Pound for pound the best, shaking my head. Okay.
All right, so what kid can take a carry, punt return, hitch, fade, slant, post in one game?
So let's talk about it.
Okay. So, the thing I want to state, we keep it a buck, you know, a lot of, especially the Bergen guys, like they like to get up under there and they like to talk about favoring Joe's and things like that because of the relationships that I may have at Joe's, Crystal's son is at Joe's, right? But because of those relationships, I'll just go through the history. I coached Andre Epps as a kid. Audric is basically my family. I never talked about Audric until he had a big game. Andre Epps, I never mentioned him until he ran for 300 yards versus Pope John. There's times when I was asked to do these things, and I'm like, nope, they got to earn it. Any Spring Valley kid, I don't talk about them.
Always.
I don't talk about them. They got to earn that. I let everybody else do that. I don't do that. You get what I'm saying? Because that's how far I stay away from the favoritism. But the facts is the facts. When I do talk, I have the stats to back it up. So for the man on the burner page that wanted to question my level of education, I'll tell you I'm in the 1% of that. You can Google me. I promise you I'm in the 1% of educated people. And question my integrity in regards to where I stand trying to hype somebody up who doesn't deserve to be hyped up, who is not even the best athlete or one of the best athletes on his team. You know, just his thoughts, right? So what I did is I said, you know what? I'm not going to do what he asked me to do and look up where he ranks in comparison to his teammates. What I'm going to do is look at Nate's impact versus the top seniors, Power 4 kids, Division I kids in North Jersey parochial school football. I'm not even going to do versus his own teammates. So what I decided to do is I looked up all of the killers, all of the dogs, the Louis crew, right? The Louis Vuitton crew. Quincy Porter, Dez Jones, Elijah Burris, Philip Farmore. And for those of you that don't know Philip Farmore,
that's a father.
He's been killing.
Yes.
He's been killing since the day he got going at Del Martin. Everybody know about
Since
that.
day one, as a freshman.
So, when you look at Dez Jones, right, on the season, and these kids all having great seasons. So this is not to knock those kids. This is just to say, if I give it up to them every week, then Nate deserves it too. Nate's not getting anything he didn't earn. So Dez Jones, one of the best, shout out on a stellar career. He's one of our guys too with the Keep It a Buck brand. So no, whenever we get a chance, we love to see Dez doing well. Dez has 47 receptions for 795 yards, 12 touchdowns, 0 carries for 0 yards. His total production on offense for his team is 795 total yards and 12 touchdowns. Hell of a season. So Dez is 795, 12 TDs for DePaul. Elijah Burris, killing. 28 receptions, 768 yards, 12 touchdowns. 768, 12 TDs. So his total offensive production that he contributes to DePaul is 768 and 12 touchdowns. Dez's total production that he contributes to DePaul is 795 yards and 12 touchdowns. So him and Elijah shining like new money over there. Right? So then we'll go to Quincy Porter. Quincy Porter has 47 receptions, just like Dez. He has 823 yards and 10 touchdowns. He has 0 carries for 0 yards. His total production, QP, is 823 for 10 TDs. That's what he contributes to his team. Bergen Catholic, the reigning champs, back-to-back-to-back champs. Might be back-to-back-to-back champs, whatever. So that's what he contributes there. 823 and 10 TDs. That's what he contributes, right? Philip Farmer. Now things get real dicey with him.
He do different stuff.
Yeah, he different. So Philip Farmer has 47 receptions.
Damn.
844 yards.
What about his rest?
844 yards and 8 TDs.
And then play receiver.
Hold on, whoa. I'm gonna rock out. And 8 TDs. He has 38 carries for 123 yards and 5 TDs. So he contributes offensively. I'm just gonna go with offensive because I'm not done with him. Offensively, he contributes 967 total yards offensive. That's receiving and rushing, and 12 touchdowns this season. That's Philip Farmer. Different. But then he got another thing he got going.
What's that?
He got 231 kick return yards
Oh, shoot.
and 16 punt return yards. So his total production to his team is 1,173 total yards. That's what he contributes to Dub Bar. Can anybody deny that this man gets busy?
No.
Right?
Big Louis.
Okay, so now let's go to the overrated kid, Nate. Nate has 36 receptions for 556 yards and 6 touchdowns. He has 52 carries for 472 yards and 8 touchdowns. So receiving,
Catch up in the back end.
yeah. So receiving and rushing, Nate contributes to his team 1,028 yards and 14 touchdowns. Okay? 14 TDs. This is Nate.
Young Nate the Great.
But he's not done. Nate has also 180 kick return yards and 40 punt return yards. So his total production for his team is 1,248 yards, all purpose. 1,248. So Philip Farmer, for total offense for his team, he gives you 1,173. Dez gives you total offense for his team 795. Quincy Porter gives you. And hold on, let me help you out. So
is Nate all state first team?
but we gonna work.
I want to know that.
Let me work, Nas. So again,
This Elijah.
yeah, Elijah, where? Oh,
Right here.
okay, Elijah Burks.
76.
Okay, so we have Philip Farmer contributing to his team total offense 1,173 and 12 touchdowns. We have Quincy Porter contributing total offense to his team 823 yards and 10 touchdowns. We have Elijah Burris contributing to his team 768 and 12 touchdowns total offense. Dez 795, 12 touchdowns total offense. Nate, we have Nate with 1,248 yards and 14 touchdowns total offense.
It is what it is.
I ain't say that, the numbers said it, right?
Right.
So now we're going to get
I
into
always say men lie, women lie.
numbers
Numbers
don't.
don't.
But now we're going to get into the other farce, right? The other farce was against us, Nate was shut down versus us. All other receivers had big plays but him. Now, if you rewind the tape, and go back to prior episodes and keep it a buck, the beautiful Miss Tristal Dennis here has said, if you shut one down, other is going to get off. Right? So, let's talk about...
So you put your focus in on that.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that focus. I pulled the film up, right? When Joes played Bergen ran a cover one with a nickel outside leverage and a safety bracketing. That was on Nate. So when you wonder, Mekhi Rosignol dropped the pass that we spoke about here, right? Then he caught a touchdown pass. But we can't forget Mason just overthrew one on the fingertips of him. That would have been 3 touchdowns for him because of this defensive scheme. Now, shout out to Bergen. This is why Bergen is the best, because that's what smart people do. They take away your best option. You know what I'm saying? Tristal sat here and she questioned maybe why Joes didn't double cover Quincy Porter and things like that, right? Because Quincy Porter is a big part of what they do.
But why
right?
would they double Quincy Porter when they got Jameer Joseph?
Okay, but that's, and that's the argument there. But the one thing that Bergen probably felt was, this is what's gotten them by. Nate has contributed a great part of their offense. Let's take them away. That's what smart teams do. So I hope that made things clear for you. And if it's not clear, run the tape back because I just told you what the coverages was. All right? While we're at that, when you want to talk about what Nate is and isn't, let's look at IMG. Look at what IMG wide receivers did to you. Look at what IMG wide receivers did to St. Francis. That held to 3 points, boss. 3 points. Receivers couldn't catch a cold that night.
Right.
Locked down.
Mm-hmm.
You know what Nate did to St. Francis? All right, let's get back into the football thing.
See?
I just want to say,
and it was a response to you saying that
pound for pound.
Yeah, they got on the burnout page and went under the Zone 6
the
thing,
Zone 6
coming at
and
me.
we put a tweet,
Like,
too.
I don't even check the
Yeah,
questions.
we should
The way
check
I set my
because
page
it's
up,
given
if I don't follow you for the most part, I don't see.
Respect is given where respect is earned, and Nate earns the respect. So I don't understand what the problem is.
If Nate was at any other school,
right,
you'll be grateful.
That you have
grateful whether he's at Bergen, whether he's at Bosco Prep, and he still is the Swiss Army knife that you all wish you can have, right?
You know how much easier he made Quincy's job?
But
behind that line?
But the thing
man,
is,
a father, dog. I don't care.
It is what it is. Numbers said what it was.
From the receiver and the running back, you know, I know Nolan's taking over more of a full-time running back role because, of course, he started.
Nate's asked to do more. His receiving stats would be more if he didn't have to play running back.
No, absolutely. So when you put out pound for pound, all the games I went to, right? I went to that Bosco game and was like, oh my gosh, they don't have an answer for him, even though they didn't win the game.
Nobody has an
answer.
Right?
I watched it online. I watched, like you said, St. Francis. And you talking about St. Francis, who's absolutely maybe a top 3 defense in the country. You see what they did to IMG, shut them out. They're definitely a top 3 defense in the country. Nate did his thing.
They didn't have a scouting report on Nate. Bergen had a scouting report, and they're smart coaches. Smart coaches. So they knew cover one, nickel outside leverage, safety bracketing.
And I think when they played Seton Hall and, some of the other smaller, Catholic schools the ones that St. Joe's played, and you look at Nate's stats, like, oh, he didn't do much that day. He didn't. Okay, but they still won by, like, say, 30.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't have to do it. But then you look at those other games, you see the 200 all-purpose yards. Right. So you gotta ask yourself, hey, why isn't there stats right there? Because obviously he was their main focus, but then go look at some of his other mates that's on the same side of the ball as him. I'm pretty sure they went off because, like you said, numbers don't lie. There's no way that you win by 30, and that means someone else contributed and did something. So, like, people really have to look into the production. Like, you talk about the touches, like 14 touchdowns on 70 touches on the offensive side of the ball is, a great ratio. Just like I said, Elijah Burks, 28 catches, 12 touchdowns. That's ridiculous, right? That's almost scoring every two times you touch
the ball.
Touch the ball. Simple math.
He went to Hampton.
And I got a master's from University of Arkansas.
What's the respect for that?
Dudes be assuming stuff, talking, and don't know what they do. Really and it's a fair assessment, I guess, whenever you get a bunch of brothers together, you shoot the academic education part out.
University of Arkansas, and I worked in the film department. So if anything I do know something about is the numbers, stats, analytics, and whatnot. And my guy Hunter Reynolds called him. He called him on the last collab that he sent, Tavon Austin. That's exactly what Tavon Austin, West Virginia. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, he got help Gino out. He got to run the ball a little bit. Mm-hmm. He got to help Stedman get open. I don't know if people know Stedman belly, but when West Virginia was doing their thing, but Nate is definitely like, being used like a Tavon Austin.
Here's the funny thing. It must irk this person. Like, you see Nate get this credit. And thanks to you made this another session about Nate.
I was just about to say, for y'all to finish to say, like, you did all of that, and all you did was give us
bring up more Nate.
Facts about Nate.
That's what Nate
is
do.
What it is. Like they said,
You don't know Nate because Nate is a classic kid. Nate is a throwback, bro. No.
They know Nate. The thing is, he's mad that Nate is not playing for the team he wants them to play for. That's what it is.
He's a father, bro.
Yeah, not knocking nobody from Bergen as far as, because I never like to knock the athletes or anything, right? There's not, like, Quincy is gonna do great things at the next
He's
level.
He's like 6'4", 6'5",
yeah,
right?
But there's not one person on their team, and I can say this, that could be that Swiss Army knife and
like
contribute. When they like you said, who's gonna go back there, return some punts, return some kick returns, right? You know, because
make impacts. People could do it because be impactful.
Because at the next
is 5'7", 5'8", right?
Because you talk about the best players though. When you get to the next, when you talk about getting to the next level, right? All those P4 kids, right? At the next level, they are doing that. What the Nates are doing. If you're the best of the best in the country, right? You return the kicks. I remember the kid, Jamie Wright, you kicking the ball. You doing every single thing at the high school level where you playing out of position, but you still find a way for your team to win the state championship. You play quarterback, but you're not gonna get moved to the next level. So if you pound for pound and you're a dog, and we just talk about at the high school level what you contribute, right? Nate is checking off all the boxes, and there's really no other kid that's shown this year that that they could do or be as he's literally the most versatile player right now.
If Nate's 6 feet, 5'11", he's
I'll do you one
the
better.
#1 player in the country.
Put Nate in Georgia or Florida, and the same thing is happening. He don't even have to. You don't have to change. You don't have to change anything about him.
Ask Cam Newton about that, bro.
Anything about
he took that show on the road. You know what I'm saying? So like.
So
it's not it. Nice try, but that wasn't it. You know
okay, so now that we're
I owe an apology though. So shout out to EJ Daniels of Prep Red Zone. He sent me articles showing. He said I was wrong. I publicly went at him saying that he be hating on Jameer, and he showed me articles where that wasn't the case. And again, like this is the one thing I'm not too big to get up here and say when I'm wrong. I was wrong. I owe Prep EJ from Prep Red Zone, EJ Daniels. The apology. I hope our peoples put that out on the loop or whatever. But shout out. Now let's move.
All right, so now we didn't even get to the Group B privates yet. So let's go.
Welcome back from the bye week, everyone.
Yeah.
So Pope John versus Camden Catholic.
Clapped them. Dogged them.
42-7.
Dogged them. Spanked them.
Pope John smacked them.
Everybody was wondering why Camden Catholic was undefeated, had to travel to a...
Come on, why we gotta do this, Kevin Minnick? Why we gotta do this?
Keep telling y'all. So Tyleek Hill, 27 carries for 210 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean,
America's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, and we'll get to next week, but that's going to be a night. There's a matchup for next week.
Let's keep it going.
All right. Paramus Catholic versus Hudson Catholic.
Clapped them.
35-8.
Oh, shout out to Lamar McKnight making the playoffs.
That was dope for them. St. Thomas Aquinas. St. Thomas Aquinas versus St. Mary's.
Life jacket, boat shoes, swimming boat
61-6.
No flag.
61-6. 61-6. I did want to shout out, and forgive me if I say the name wrong. It's Chukwuemeka Odo. He had 9 carries for 110. Okay, for 110 yards with one touchdown. So shout out to you and St. Thomas.
The public schools we be playing be both racist St. Mary's too. So don't think it should be respectfully. All right. Go ahead.
We all went. We all did the right thing. You talk about Donovan Catholic versus Holy Spirit already, so we won't go there.
Yeah.
Immaculata at Paul VI, and that was 21-14. And now we all took Immaculata, but Paul VI won.
Did you?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So
Paul VI will be playing DePaul next week, but we'll get there when we go.
Yeah,
so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. So hard to say goodbye.
St. John Vianney at Notre Dame. It was 41-10. Now this was supposed to be my get back, but you skeeted out of there by adding Shabazz because you took Notre Dame and we all took St. John. So that was our way to get back. But okay, we'll allow that to happen.
That wasn't close either.
It was not. It was 41-10.
The running back for St. John Vianney went berserk too.
He from
the state in Russia.
Trey something.
Yeah.
He is. He went for 20-something hundred.
Yeah, 2,000-something yards on the season. Actually, I got his stuff.
This is his first year playing high school football, I believe.
Nah, he played varsity last year, I believe.
As a freshman?
Yeah, hold on. Let me pull him up. Yeah, because, I messed that up.
Yo, listen, he played with Jamel Hill and them at Matterhorn. He was a beast.
I don't have it.
He is soft. You're right.
But he broke the 2,000-yard mark rushing this year. He's on 2,000.
But the coach said that though when he saw us at Rutgers. He did say that. And Jamil, This kid always been a dog. He played with the Mattawan Huskies.
He's at St. John Vianney.
He's the top lead. He's the lead rusher in the state right now.
What's his name?
Come on, dog. Don't do this to me.
Okay, hold on. I'll try to find it here.
Well, he'll be
His
challenged.
name Trey something. Whatever it is.
Is it Abdul Ture?
Abdul Ture.
Okay. So he had 22
That's
carries
the one I
and
trained
211
Yeah, but he got
yards.
2,100 yards rushing.
Yep, three touchdowns at that game.
Well, he'll be challenged a little bit
Abdul
more.
Ture. Who play next?
Okay,
got
he
the
has.
two seed,
He
Red
has.
They're going to clap Red Bank.
Okay,
Early take.
So he has 237 carries.
Y'all know St. John's Vianney coach was at IMG.
Okay, so he has 237 carries for 2,115 yards.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a lot of touches.
237 carries.
Yeah.
That's just for this year. I just want to make sure I
And he's a
clarify that.
sophomore.
People don't see that in a lifetime.
That's a lot of carries.
That's a lot of carries.
They work with him like a one-legged man in a kick fight. God,
Jeez.
It would have been
Make sure
between
you
him
get in
and
that
like
cryo machine and getting it together to
You
make
probably
sure your
got all our
body
records
take
together.
care of your
They look good.
take care of your body. All right. So that was our last week, our recap. So now we get to go into some
The games of this week.
this week.
Talk about it.
We
Let's
get
go.
some playoff games.
Let's get through it.
We can stay at B.
just stay at B.
Okay, yeah, we can stay at B.
Go from the 1 seed. I think we already said DePaul. I think we all agreed DePaul is going to boat race Paul to 6.
So while we talking about DePaul, man,
Oh yeah!
shout out.
Shout out to Nolan James Jr. You know,
What?
went on his official visit this weekend to Notre Dame,
Ooh.
and
What? I thought he was committed to Boston College.
he was committed to
I mean,
Boston
bro,
College.
Notre Dame,
Calls.
because Boston College is a high academic situation,
Right.
Decent football, but Notre Dame, you getting the best of all those worlds.
Nah,
right?
but shout
And
out
for a
to-
student
shout out to
athlete
Savon Huggins,
like that
though.
kid for seeing it first.
He saw that first,
he
bro.
saw- yeah.
That means he's doing his job.
Yeah.
That means he done his job.
For sure.
Because he seeked them out. Like, yo, look, let me grab him when nobody's looking for him.
Yeah, because actually today we reposted the crystal ball pick came in that he was going to flip. And you had, so one thing about the Notre Dame crowd, like they
I know he's gonna
star,
flip,
they star horse. Like, and what I mean by that is like, if you got a bunch of stars, they automatically, he's going to be the best, right?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of these guys don't really be like that. And then if you don't got stars, they don't really look at you like that, right? And they undervalue, they don't know about New Jersey football being that private school league playing the toughest competition in the country. So, you know, somebody comments over there, 3-star, he was better off staying at Boston College. And it's like, bruh, a lot of them 4 or 5 stars that you got, they playing against Sister Mary's School of the Blind and decrepit.
You saw what Deion
So
said
their
about
stats
those.
look like that. They don't even twinkle, right?
They don't twinkle
They
at
don't even
all.
twinkle. Like, I seen it when Orgic was there. There was guys that came in that they were celebrating, and they wasn't built for the grind of college. And what I mean by that is, when you come out of schools where everybody's there and they were the best from their towns or their city or whatever, and you got to compete to get your position, when you get to college, you already know what that's like to see somebody else that's real nice, because everybody be nice. But then you start saying, can they outwork me? Are they used to this? Do they used to getting up 5 in the morning for workouts? Are they going to be there at 5:15? Because I'm going to be there at 4:15, right? And these are the things that make the coaches feel like these are the things that Nolan is going to do.
Nolan
right?
committed to Notre Dame?
Yes,
Tonight,
sir.
so
Yes, sir.
congrats to Nolan James Jr.
Shout out to D. McCullen.
Yo,
you know, you
congrats.
going for one of the best running back
Congrats,
coaches in the
dog.
And to
country.
get that offer during the year,
Yo,
like Prime
hey,
also
just-
said,
That means
if
you
you ball,
earned that.
if you ball, you get the call. So you know, shout out to the James
His
family,
his pops.
because
Yo.
that's huge. And I could literally say this kid has worked at it. Like people,
Definitely, you can look at his body and see he worked, right? Because
The
transformation was incredible.
And, you know, I'd be lying to you if I didn't say at that point when he came in, he wasn't the best back. But in the senior class. North Jersey. I'll never speak for South Jersey. We just spoke about the Tarek. I don't know those. I'm talking about North Jersey parochial school football.
he's the best back.
He's the best
Now.
back, period.
Nolan
That's my
James
point.
is the best running back
In the state,
in
in New Jersey.
So listen, hold on. Let's be clear. I'm speaking for myself. I try not to speak on what I didn't see. I just speak on what I saw. I watched North Jersey parochial school football. Please, y'all can have the stage out there.
Sorry,
I watched
boss.
North Jersey parochial school football, and in that, Nolan James is the best back, and that's usually where the best players come from.
Absolutely.
But I do know there's times when you have kids down in South Jersey at these regional schools that we don't know. They don't get the publicity.
God bless America.
And I know y'all move like that, but for me, I just like to always, me, I'm always safe, right? Like I said, you be like, oh, Audric doing, I never talk about it. I play safe. Back to the main thing being the main thing, when he came in to the parochial school in North Jersey, he was not the best back. And he worked. He physically became bigger, faster, stronger. And now he is undoubtedly the best back.
But he did.
He never played freshman.
No. He played
ninth grade.
He played
ninth grade.
They had him in the slot his freshman year
at Bosco.
Right. They lost in the championship games. They had a 30-some yard sideline catch. I remember Will Route as a freshman. Right.
He was getting his little.
As a freshman, sophomore year. Then that's when he started picking up the carries.
And they started splitting with the other kid.
Yep. Logan Bush. Him and Logan Bush was splitting the carries.
They made a smart move by getting him his own show.
Right.
Because I think that's the difference in why he is where he is right now.
Definitely. He wanted to be that. To show that he can be a complete back. So him knowing that whatever was going to be the best situation for him to show his work of art, like, okay, yes, I started off as a freshman in a slot. I can catch the ball. I show, he's not a kid that was dropping the ball at all. Because if you're a freshman, you drop the ball, you're not getting on the field at all. So he wanted to show his full work of art. And obviously, someone saw it. You put the work in, you reap what you sow. Notre Dame saw his whole work and whatnot. And, now he's going to a top 10 school in the country.
And here's the thing about Notre Dame. D-Lin, so they grade every practice. Every practice is graded out, right? If you do what he asks you to do, you're going to get touches. He runs 5 running backs sometimes.
Would Notre Dame take him and Savon Huggins then pick him first?
Absolutely.
Okay.
First of all, Notre Dame don't look for people like Savon to pick who they picking. Because this is up here. Notre Dame's up here. They're going to look at the Alabamas. They're going to look at the Ohio States. They want those kids. They're not looking for who Boston College get or, who Rutgers. And they're not using that to say what belongs here. This is their own assessment. This is coming to check on Elijah. What's that?
This is running back.
Elijah Burris. Yeah. What's that?
Wide receiver coach.
Okay, we seen it again. What's that? Hey, coach, y'all might need to come see this.
Notre Dame was definitely on the sideline for that Bosco game. Mm-hmm. They saw something they liked. Went back to the drawing board. Look at that recruitment chart.
Kid from Long Island somehow decommits, right? And a lot of times they tell you, bro. They
running back.
They had a running back committed from Long Island bro. We got some other things going on.
Bro, where we was going with it. Nolan James, the best running back in the state of New Jersey, and I can say that just due to the fact that played 4 years, right? Like you said, non-public A is the hardest conference, not just in the state of New Jersey,
in the country,
one of the top 5 in the country without a doubt, right? He could catch the ball, right? He's still doing it this year. 16 total touchdowns, for sure. I know 14 of them rushing, 2 of them receiving. But this kid, is a very, very humble kid, well-deserved,
very high intelligence.
Oh yeah, you're not getting recruited by Boston College or Notre Dame if you don't have the grades. So that's why I say shout out to the James family because they went through this process and did it the right way. And when I say the right way, they did it the patient way as well. So sometimes you looking like, oh, where's my Notre Dame offer? Some parents sophomore, junior year, or they see, hey, maybe you saw hey, Elijah got his Notre Dame offer. No, stay the course. Real recognizes real, and here we are.
Right.
Beautiful story. And I love that. Again, because I always tell Tristo that as well. Things happen in your senior year, bro. You just got to produce, right? Because people go and it's people they thought they were going to get. I said it last week on the show. They thought they were going to get. They don't get them. And then next thing you know, and I'm speaking off experience because, again, Audric ends up at Notre Dame. He was committed to Michigan State. Mel Tucker, he ends up at Notre Dame when Will Shipley and Donovan Edwards. Will Shipley chose Clemson. Donovan Edwards chose Michigan.
Audric went crazy that season, though. COVID season.
Donovan Edwards is still at Michigan. And Will Shipley, he had half of what Audric had, as a college player. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So they get it wrong, too. They follow stars and stuff like that and, look at what the highlight film looks like, and they underestimate the level of competition. Because I remember saying, Orchik senior year, he playing against Tyrone Malone, Sydir, DJ, Jaden Gould, Jaden Bellamy.
And it was a short season.
That's one team, right? Then you went to St. Peter's. You had George Rooks,
Right.
KJ Miles, the kid that was at Wagner from Monmouth, the Brick City kid.
Yeah.
Like they had guys. You know what I'm saying?
Logan Barnes.
Logan Barnes, the other kid, LeBron.
Right.
Like we
Christian
talking about
LeBron.
all Division I kids, right?
Right.
When you start looking at some of these 4 stars, they're 4 stars because a lot of the kids they played against is never going to play football again. So when you look at like Nolan, you go to the Bosco game and you see Stretch Ruckers, you know what I'm saying, the young boy, Phoenix going to be what he's going to be someday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You start to see these guys, the D-line, the defensive end, Aiden Murray, I believe his last name is, 6'5", sophomore. D-end, like these guys, Mekhi Allen, 4-star, 6'3", 230, safety that's now moved into the box. Our kids is playing real guys. So when their film might not look like 5,000 yards, like some kid got in Arizona or a kid got that came from, you got to grade that on the curve. But you know, all that said to be said, like Nolan James is not the number 33 player in this state.
Absolutely
He's
not.
definitely a top 5, 6 player
big time.
overall
Big time.
in this state.
Overall.
He's the number 1 in North Jersey. Y'all seen South Jersey, so we would say the state because usually North Jersey tells where it's at. But I'm trying to pay respect to South Jersey guys.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
Nolan is definitely going to be up as a contender for Player of the Year.
They need to change all
without
that.
a doubt. And shout out to you again. I know I probably said the last episode or the episode before. And our 2 last long segments was about 2 people. My first middle school camp, my MVPs were Nolan James Jr.
I got something for you on
and
that.
Nate Belly.
So while we talking about the getting called out for favoritism, you know, I did have a parent hit me and say, "Yeah, you need to get that Justin. He be favoring all the Silk City Patterson kids." And then here we go. Then here we go. Like, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. If you don't believe me, ask Marcus Freeman, right? He can have anybody in the country he want.
Absolutely.
There you go.
I mean, at the end of the day, we just gonna call it how we see it. No real, like, it's really no real favoritism, and
I favor nice players. Like
No.
I talk about Quincy Porter every week. When DJ was there at Bergen, what? You get what I'm saying?
We
like
all did,
you
though.
just gotta ball out, bro. You
Right.
just gotta ball
And
out.
he wasn't even on the show.
And then, like we said, like Jameer, we didn't talk about him much at all, right?
I
But then
talk about Jameer.
but I'm just saying, when you go crazy, we
No, I
talk
talk
about.
about Jameer.
But I'm
Jameer
using
is
that as a
awesome.
point.
people used to get tired of me showcasing DJ Samuels or highlighting him and everything, right? Because we knew that he was going to be technically undersized outside linebacker. We knew the platform was going to be. But we knew that his motor was like no other in the country, not in the state.
Nobody.
Like this kid,
Can't deny those kids,
like
man.
no one. It was, DJ Samuels was unstoppable. So like certain programs might say, hey, you talk about this kid, or you showing favoritism. I'm pretty sure at some point from every single program that that we usually cover consistently, that we've favored or highlighted someone at some point, but I'm pretty sure it was well deserved. It was earned and not given, and we're not gonna just waste time blowing smoke, for the hell of it. But
Trying to make you see something that ain't there. Like we ain't got time for that.
Right. What's up,
Absolutely. Okay. So, DePaul the 6th. Where are we going?
Well, come on, what we doing?
So,
I told y'all last year that this year was DePaul year. So just check me in the DePaul box up
every
here.
week.
I told
Last year I said this ain't their year this year, but next year's their year.
I told the James family I'll see them next week, not this week.
St. Thomas Aquinas versus Holy Spirit.
Oh, you know where I'm going.
I'm going to
St.
Aquinas. I'm going to
Thomas.
Aquinas.
and
going
that
St.
kid
Thomas
got that
Aquinas.
Boston College off. Shout out.
Zayas.
Josiah.
Yo, you blowing up, champ.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
Big
Shout out to St.
Zone-
Thomas Aquinas,
No,
man.
big shout out to the Zone 6 though, cause it got him off the, it got him where he got to go.
And that's a real thing though, because Just picked up the phone. Just said, "Yo, you know this kid now? Nah, Just I don't know who he is." Just like, "Yo, you gotta know who he is." So Just start sending pictures and videos. So then 5 minutes later, I'm calling coach. I'm like, "Yo, y'all like these big, athletes, wide receivers that can play safety?"
We called you after that 7-on-7.
Yeah, that's the conversation I'm talking about. And here we are.
Who is
today.
this dude, Lenny? You know him? Yo, hey, Just, who is he? And just break it down to any. One thing about you,
hold on 1 second, because I want people to actually know.
Because you know everybody that playing in your tournament.
So 7-on-7, as you know, 7-on-7 is 7-on-7, but we in real pads right now. And in real pads, Josiah Zayas right now, 951 receiving yards, 16 touchdowns, all right? And then on
What
defense.
do you do on defense?
On defense,
Yes.
he leads. He's top 10 in the state with
How many interceptions
with 7 interceptions.
Damn.
Yep, 7 interceptions.
He's in the state in interceptions down there probably.
Yeah, he's probably top 5 now. Yeah, because he got. I think he just added. So he was at 6 the week before, but he just got one in his last game. So he's probably in the top 5
7?
now.
Yeah.
7 interceptions. So we talk about how much value that he means to that program,
that part.
right? Of course, you're not.
That's favoritism. Just stop, man. That's favoritism.
St. Thomas Aquinas, I said it last year that I thought that they were on to something. I think they're doing a good job. And I said that, like, add a couple more throughout the year of your parochial schools rather than public schools. And I think they'll be ready by the time they get here. So let's go.
If they move through this round, then hopefully we see them versus DePaul if we're right. But
we will.
Okay. RBC versus St. John Vianney.
I'm going RBC.
St. John Vianney.
Vianney.
I'm going RBC.
I'm going Vianney.
What about you, Justin?
I'm going with Teray.
Wait. Okay, now I got to put.
I'm gonna go with RBC.
God bless America. I'm going with Vianney. Watch how I win this shit. Don't come on, Tristal. And don't forget the Bazzi got Bernards.
I know I'm getting to you guys. Justin. Justin, who did you say?
I'm going with RBC.
RBC.
I came hoodie on, want to know what it was about.
And then Lenny, you said RBC. Okay. I'm gonna go RBC because.
Oh, I'm gonna win this one. Watch my boy.
You need time to come back.
So it's okay.
Crazy, my boy. Go crazy. Absolutely.
I'm choosing RBC based on strength of schedule.
Well, that's why I'm choosing RBC.
That's the truth. You will hope that thing slow down for them.
And that's absolutely, and they haven't done that well this year, but I feel like the strength of schedule, like you said.
Yeah, you played someone like Bosco earlier, even though it was like 45-0. But
Bazzi could be RBC.
I think we got one more in the non-public B.
All right, so Paramus Catholic versus the Popey. Pope John.
They played early in the year.
I wasn't scoring early in the year.
Yeah,
they won by 20. It was like.
But Xavier has 6 touchdowns. He's no longer there.
Sound like him.
I'm going Pope.
Yeah, I'm going Pope.
Don't come Pope with me.
I was going Pope already.
So let me tell you why I'm going Pope. I'm going Pope because Xavier is out.
Exactly.
Their quarterback is out. And that was huge. Achilles is out. No, I'm talking about Paramus.
I'm talking about Talik.
This is why I'm going Pope.
Yeah.
I'm telling you because if Paramus still had everything they got, it'd be more of what happened the first time. Talik was there when that happened. Right?
It was 49.
But Xavier was there also.
29.
But Xavier was there too.
Yeah,
that's
and that was at Pope too. That
Watch this though. The Pope get their revenge later. So what's that?
Yes, sir.
Is that PC?
I mean, unless
PC.
Tyreek Hill gets sick or something, I don't think.
Yeah, as long as Tyreek is playing, I think.
Boat race.
Yeah.
You said boat race too?
I don't know about boat race.
Clap them.
I think
they're gonna clap. Respectfully, shout out to my boy Anthony Lopez. He's a beast. He had a pick last week. Shout out to him with the whole PC gang. I love him dearly. Can he strap up, lock up?
Now this is real varsity football now.
Nah, this is grown man.
Yeah, because last week was Ivy League football. That's not what they gonna see.
Class. He's a fresh 14-year-old kid playing corner. I want to see him hit Tyreek Hill. I just don't see that.
I think it's gonna be a 14-point game.
It's gonna be like 20-something point.
All right, so let's go Shabazz Bernards. In between Group B and Group
your last week's game of the week.
Yeah.
I can't pick this week.
We know, y'all. So we're gonna put you back on the. We're gonna put y'all back.
Let's just let Nas pick. He can get a bonus.
You said you wanted to wait to talk about it. I was trying to talk about when we talk about the public.
Lil Rock be acting different, so you get a bonus.
No, so this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna let you get this week pick. And you can only win or lose, right
now.
Me and Tristan goes because we don't know Bernard.
Bernard's is undefeated.
I'll take Shabazz over Bernard's.
Bernard's be Hillside. Clap them.
But I don't know got some inside information that says Bernard.
Clap them.
Heard they wasn't all that.
Okay, that's what everybody says.
I'm just saying.
They beat Hillside really ain't all that.
Well, I mean, whatever happens, happens.
Right? How about this? I need to see our coaches. Real talk. We still ain't play our best football yet. And I'm going to say this and say this. Offensive coordinator, you got to stop stalling. We got to score points. We got athletes. These kids can't run with us. And if he don't beat Bernard's by 40-something.
Jeez. 40-something?
In the section?
What seed are they?
Oh, God.
What seed are they, Joe?
2.
They number 2. And we
Yeah,
number
what?
5.
They have to go to Bernard's.
And we going to do this in their home.
By 40 though, Nas?
If it don't happen by 40.
You somebody just gonna violate somebody in their house? You just gonna go
It's
in there?
supposed to be better
it's like
than
a
that.
Megan's Law, home pause. Right? So hear what I'm saying.
I'm gonna stop you right here.
I'm going to your house with this. Okay? What I'm saying to you is this. If the OC don't score no points, because I know Nas Oliver going to shut stuff down. That's just what he do. Shout out to Nas Oliver. But it's really not shout out to Nas Oliver because we win sloppy. Right? But Nas Oliver, I feel like he's going to be the next dude from our state that move on up to the next level. He'll be that guy. But until he start annihilating these guys that he playing with this talent that he'd be stuck in the hood with the rest of us. You heard? Okay.
All right, so
I'm going with Shabazz.
going
big.
with Shabazz. I mean, I'm going with Shabazz.
Oh,
I thought we were gonna just let Nas.
Oh, you want to do this?
pick
Is this a
This
bonus?
is
Is this a
Nas.
bonus?
You
Is
need
this
your
a
Zone
bonus?
6
I don't have my bulldog.
Shout out to you, though. I like you.
Hopefully I'll be able to wear it next
Can you
week.
show us hoodie to the thank you, guys.
Hold on.
But-
Let me do it right.
Oh,
Let
me do it right.
that's the type of.
I know most people don't know where Bernard's is, but the ride only 30 minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought it was like
I
Sparta or something.
I thought it was gonna be like an hour.
Where's that, though? You know what's that?
It's 30 minutes away. Go west. You gotta go west.
It's like Morristown.
Like
You gotta, yeah. You gotta go out that way. Yeah, you just gotta. Yeah.
So, but absolutely, Shabazz, go out there and do your thing. Like I said last week, from a perspective of a mother of a senior, you guys got a lot of seniors that are there
From your family, though.
yeah,
You don't want us to
absolutely.
go home.
No, I'm just saying, right? You don't want.
Shout out
your
to Ian
parents-
Adrian.
I did that already.
My bad. Sorry.
Yeah, just take
So
take
from
Route
the
78.
perspective of a mother of a senior, I just want to say like there's 3 more games for most of us, possibly,
be
and you
over.
never know when it will be done. This part I've never experienced this part, and so shout out to the parents that have already went through it, and shout out to the ones that are going through it right now. Every single game that you go into, you don't know if that's your son's last high school
That's
game,
why I'm videoing
and it's
everything.
a different feeling. It's something that you never felt before. So going into this week of playoff game, you don't take anything for granted. You're just thinking like, okay, let's get past another one.
Now, my
So
son-
shout out to y'all. Shout out to the
my son
other parents out there.
understands. He understands the moment. Dad got to get the ruckus. He understands legacy. Like, I ain't going to be here forever. So today, man, big shout out to the Bazzi, bro. They came through with the cake, surprised me, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Thank y'all. I wasn't even expecting that. But to see my son leading the way with it and like, look, I understand legacy now. I understand what you've been saying. Like, I get it. Like, now I understand why you be on me by like when he was young, he'd be diving at people like, yo, hit a man in the chest. That say something. Let's see if you really real.
Mm-hmm.
So to see him now, like, look, all right, let's get the ruckus. It's bigger than me and you now. Now he understand it's bigger than me and you now. Like, it's not like I got my stuff. Cause he in that barrel with those kids. Like, the kids that don't know where they going to school at right now, he's still in that barrel, right? He's still down with them. He's still like, let's go get this. We're going to leave a legacy. It's not about who going to college, who doing what right now. Let's leave the Newark legacy of where we stand at Malcolm X Shabazz history. And I see that right now because these guys would be the first group of guys that ever went back-to-back in the city of Newark. Not even just back-to-back, but from group 1 to group 2, right? So now when they leave to go to college, they go to Stanford, the side Reynolds and the rest of the guys, now they go group 3, group 4, and do the same thing again. We changing our narrative in Newark right now. If you don't get down with this, God bless you. Stay on that side. I'm going to see you later. But all my seniors going to college. Sorry.
Yeah, I just think Shabazz got to play. I think it's not the talent, or I think y'all just got to play like a selfless game. And when I say that, just going back to that second quarter of the Westwood game, you look at it, can't have the personal fouls or the sideline hits.
That's it.
In the playoffs, teams are going to run to their sideline to try to get calls.
It was doing
right.
It was doing like crazy.
That's how football goes.
Thank you.
Anytime that you're on the road. So for them to win this, like you're saying, to go back to back, that's big. But they have to understand that y'all have to be together. Nobody can have an ego when it comes to championship football. Right. I think your defense is going to come to play, but when all those flags add up and you playing a team that's running the ball, they're going to chew away the clock. Because I looked at the clock in that second quarter, went from the 8-minute mark to the 2-minute mark.
All right.
Like real,
you hit them there. Thank you, Jess.
Real quick, because then, like I said, you talk about the seniors, you don't want to be woulda, shoulda, coulda. This is the time of year where the tears are real because we know who really cares. Right? So, at the end of the day,
I can't even see that right now.
The best teams are gonna do the little things. Who's gonna line up right? Who's not gonna get the false start? I say that because I'm a Steelers fan. You see the guy from Washington, jump into the neutral zone when they had a shot to get the ball back with 3 timeouts, but you can't stop the clock. Those are the little things. Even at this level, football is football.
I was telling Lenny about the fumble that happened in overtime, right? Right. As soon as you get to win the toss and then you go and then boom.
Yep. So it's gonna be, it's gonna be the littlest things. Everybody just do their job at the end of the day and play team ball. And I think, for any team or any program, that's what's gonna separate you. It might not be the talent of that game before whoever you match up with, but it might just be the discipline that's gonna go a long way to it's the little small things that adds up to win a state championship.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Thanks. Hey, you always hit stuff on the head, bro.
All right, so moving right along to Group A. So let's go Don Bosco versus St. Joe's McCutcheon.
Bosco. Boat race.
Bergen versus Seton Hall Prep. Bergen. Del Barton versus St. Augustine. Del Barton.
Yeah, St. Augustine fans ain't gonna like that one.
God bless America.
We got a chance to prove something.
Right.
We talked about that.
Canon, Catholic, and Pope. Look ahead.
And then St. Joe's Montville versus St. Peter's Prep.
Damn,
we can have a conversation here.
No.
We can have a conversation.
We gotta have a conversation.
I'm going St. Joe's. Y'all
go ahead. Tell me where you going.
I'm gonna go with Joe's, but for Joe's, I was telling Lenny before. In this round of the playoffs, the last 2 years, and the only reason I remember because we talk about end of the season, and you always remember the end ones. My brother's senior year, quarterfinals at St. Joe's,
leading big in those games too.
Favorite in both games, right? I think they played Seton Hall back to back at Joe's quarterfinals. Is this the year that Joe's get over the quarterfinal hump, right? So I think it is the year for them. But I just wanted to make that side note because there will be an upset somewhere between A and B somewhere. Whether we right, whether we wrong, there will.
No, this one. No, this
no. I'm not talking about this game in particular.
Don't be political right on this one.
No. I'm not. I already chose my team as far as who's gonna win. I chose St. Joe's, but
it can happen.
I'm just saying on the record. The last 2 years for certain games during these quarterfinals, I've chosen certain games and I've been wrong.
Yeah.
So,
and as I said, there's 20 seniors on that St. Joe's
Let's
team.
talk next week.
So, listen, you go out there, you do what you have to do for your parents.
How many of them play is the question.
I don't know.
Not how many on the team.
Life jacket.
Playing 9th and 10th grade.
Life jacket, not even boat shoes.
Listen.
The straight what's this called? The flappers?
Yeah,
that's what
scuba diving.
Don't give them any at the end of the day, Joe's, you go out there and do what you got to do one game at a time. Don't overlook anybody because you never know.
Because I'm going to tell you,
Jordan
Jordan Rodriguez will be there, bro.
Clap by 35.
St. Peter's last couple games been jumping out ahead of certain teams as well.
You got clapped by 35. Kevin Durant, God bless you. Now we in the NBA. Go.
You didn't pick.
Oh, I picked Joe's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll say so.
All right. So before we move on or end, I do want to shout out Keisha Berger.
The full mother of all of this.
Absolutely. And she may not even know this, but I guess I was reflecting. I was doing like a senior mom reflection or whatever. And when Makai was in the 8th grade, she had a conversation with Saif. And then a lot of times throughout his high school career, I've thought back, like people outside of football don't understand some of the decisions you make or the sacrifices you make. Like, you're crazy. You're going to do this. You're going to do that. And then I always remember some of the things that she said that she did or her family, and this how it was a group effort. Like, it was the support that came from the family that got them through his high school career. And a lot of that, when I start to think like, oh man, like, shout out to the Sherelles and Dion and the moms like that you talk to them and you're like, yeah, when they go to college, we pick up family, we out of here. Like, they make you not feel crazy. So to any of the young, the freshmen, the sophomore parents, even 8th graders, talk to some of the parents that you have access to them, because like I said, a lot of the times when other people around me were saying you're crazy, I'll remember back like, no, I'm not crazy. Like, this is what you do. It's just a different breed. It's different caliber of people and what we do.
Right.
So shout out to her.
And Jalen had a touchdown this last game as well versus a win over Iowa.
Nice.
Burger Man.
Absolutely.
So that was it?
That's it. So that's it. Oh, did we pick a game of the week? Which one we gonna go with?
I think it's only one game to choose.
Could be PC.
PC and Pope. That's the
that's the game I was talking about.
See, that's why you my bro. That's why you
that's
PC
what
Pope. I'm going Pope big biggie.
Yeah.
Hey yo, but I gotta say this though. Real talk. Y'all missed
Actually, hold on. I'm not choosing that as a game of the week.
Who you got?
I'm going on the rooftop, man.
Oh
yeah. I'm going on the rooftop.
You're right.
I'm going on the rooftop.
No.
Passaic
The
versus
game of the
Union City?
week is West Orange versus East Orange.
No, it's not.
He said
No,
it was
it's
born.
not.
He said it was
7-0?
born
I
in
think
hell.
Union City at PCTI
had that-
is more
that
might be
interesting.
crazy.
Only reason I'm not choosing that game is because we only got a 7-0 game. Like, it was a defensive battle. You know, that's the game
But
that
then
Charlie got hurt.
PCTI and West Orange ever play? PCTI Union City play?
Not this year, not at
Okay,
all.
all right, we gotta go with them.
I gotta go with that game. Just you
I
know,
agree. All right, you right.
I like it.
because it's a different element where PCTI has to go to the rooftop. I think, you know.
Union City gonna clap them though. God bless America.
Yeah,
Will
definitely.
Valdez, he different
We
with that,
went.
bro.
So we got to pick for that game. I'm going Union City.
I'm going Union City.
We're-
Crazy too.
How about you?
Yeah, go ahead, Patterson.
Woo!
Just what you doing?
Hey, you know you in Clifton. I ain't too far from that
See,
station.
I can walk with Patterson. I'm right down the street.
I might take the political route because I might want this as my game start the classic next year. I don't know. Might have to bring this one back, but
That's hard.
I mean,
Right.
at the end of the day, from what I've seen,
Can you,
I'm going with just with this. As long
I'm
as you're
going-
politically, I'm going because I hear you every week from what you see. So I know what you're supposed to say right now. What you going to say, I don't know. But I know what you're supposed to say based on what you've reported back every week. So let me hear it. I'm going with you.
hey man, I'm actually gonna go with Union City this week.
oh!
I'm going with
I
Jackson.
gotta go with Union City.
I think Union City.
I mean,
they
they've
No,
been
but hold on. With Union City is like a man with no arms. They just running.
That's straight downhill.
So like
Records.
you
Like
going
it.
with that, knowing that they
Yes.
don't,
Yeah, you
they're not
gotta
gonna
stop
present
it.
no throwing
You gotta
threat.
stop it.
I think one of PCTI's biggest, you know,
Trying to pull that out of you. Go
downfall,
ahead.
one of their biggest downfall this year is tackling. As I mentioned before, they were loaded with seniors last year. Loaded. You talk about, you know, the Twins. You know, PCTI was a force to be reckoned with. So, you know, they had a lot of people. Like I said, they went through that midseason slouch where they lost to Irvington and Ramapo. You know,
Right.
games that they were a favorite to win. And you know what helped me make my decision really? That Irvington game, right? It was 24-21 PCTI. Union City beat Irvington 51-0. Mm-hmm. What we was talking about
Union
25
City,
minutes
yeah.
ago, those numbers don't lie.
Union City gonna boat race
So-
them. Watch.
just as far as, and then they got to go to the rooftop, something that's going to be different for them. Union City, the city is, they pop out for sure.
Standing ovation.
But I think it's going. I don't think they're going to get boat raced. I really don't think they're going. I think we're going to get a good game. There hasn't been a challenge for Union City since they lost to St. Peter's. All right, I don't know what the elements are this Friday night.
They're looking at everybody like if they.
But at the end of the day, good quarterbacks, good defense is going to win you a championship, right? So that's why I say I question the tackling, but I think Gabe Miles it could have a chance to prove me wrong possibly, right? I think PCTI has, as I mentioned before, Mendoza mid-season coming from D-line to come to the offense side of the ball to run the ball, went for 3 touchdowns last week, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to stop Coach Valdez and the Eagles on Friday night. So, I usually would go with PCTI, but from what I've seen this season, I have to put a lot of respect on Union City's name.
Okay.
I agree.
Got to keep it a buck.
I wanted to ask you this, though, before I lose train of thought, because I was talking to DM, too. Maybe we could get a next year Zone 6 Shabazz versus West Orange.
Justin, if the ticket side,
Justin. Can you put that together right now while we here? And then before we leave, I want to give a big shout out to the Brick City Lions. Came into the BTS. I told them, I said, I will have the most teams in the championship. I look like a prophet to these guys because everything I told them came in for real. So if you look, my whole program was in the championship. Only 2 levels lost, 10 and 13s, right? Lost to the Bergen Stars.
Shout out to Bergen's 13.
Yeah, they had a great year.
Mm-hmm. But our 11U with the Postel kid and number 8 and 2 and 9 and I go on and on, right? So they clapped that. My 11U is official. They fathers. But the 12U game was the game I've never been a part of.
Was that a game with the Dark Knights?
Besides, she
Black
said
Knights? Was that 12U?
12
Montclair.
Played Montclair with Keith Lumpkin.
Okay.
Well-coached team.
Oh, that's the big boy. They used to play for St. Peter's.
With the Rutgers.
Yeah. He's a cop over here in Montclair. I've been seeing him.
Seen his ass.
Can't miss him. I'm looking one day. I'm down in Montclair and I'm looking. The cops roll up and I'm like, yo, nigga, man. And I'm like, oh, that's Lumpkin that played with Savon and Royster in them.
Yeah, that's his man.
You know what I'm
they
saying?
came to the Bazzi game together. But, hey, man, look, I'm going to tell you like this. It was a game unbelievable. I know Will going to pull up the highlights. We was down with 1 minute and 12 seconds remaining on the clock.
Score. What score?
13-14. We was up 13-0 with 3 minutes left.
Oh, y'all fell apart.
This how fast. Shout out to Will, my bro Will, up there in Montclair. Mod's brother up there, right? Lumpkin, all these guys together. They put together, they got a kid, 3, 5, they athletes out this world. Kid, touchdown. They kicked the field goal. It's 8-13. They kicked the onside, get the ball back, went right back up top. Tutty. Brick City looking like, oh my God. Mind you, the kids was doing this, waving, Papa's over when we went up 13. I'm like, get over here. What are you doing? Our class looked at classless. My nephew, Samir Odom, came back, number 4, a problem. Our quarterback, Reese, his dad, Coach Joe, Don Bosco, prep. Reese Posada. Leads the troops. Lethal Speedy calls the plays. All I hear is Speedy yelling, throw the bubble, throw the bubble. The kid must have ignored him. Drop back. Post, wide open. Nephew, Samir, touchdown, game winner. But big shout out to Bryce. Bryce, number 24 on my team, is a father. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I know Big Quan, Kai's father gonna try to get him to Joe's. I'm at the box up at Bergen. But he belonged home. He's a father. You understand what I'm saying?
Uncles go to Shabazz.
So
I'm messing with you, man. I knew that was gonna catch
And to answer the other question, maybe if West Orange and Orange, who was like an independent game at the beginning of the year in that West Orange Classic, if they don't want to play each other and on that week 0, there is room for, Shabazz.
Nobody want to play the Bazzi. We have freshmen this year.
I think Coach Grant not gonna duck ya.
He will duck.
You know why?
Shout out to Coach Grant.
Where was he at before?
Where?
Shabazz.
At Shabazz, but he won't play Bazzi, and we will honor him. I told him that, and I told DM, come to Shabazz. I'll play at Shabazz. If you want us to come to West Orange, we'll still go to West Orange and honor you there, because you was a legend at North and at Irvington. But you did great things. He brought the first state championship home to Shabazz, and I want him to come back home to receive this feeling of it's a new sheriff in town.
Oh my God.
But on that note,
It's another episode.
Keep it